all. Welcome to online teaching session of Academic World School Bemetara, and here we are for the subject entrepreneurship. We are here for the lecture 7 out of 7, that is last lecture, and we are going to cover the subtopics creating the plan and factors considered before starting the business. Before we start, I would recommend you to take your notes, to note down the important things. Moreover, do not forget to complete your assignments after watching this video. So, as I said, this is a conclusion part of this chapter. So, this part will be related to the business plan, which we have studied before 2-3 lectures. What is the business plan? I would like to revise you again. What is business plan? It may be defined, for saving time I have written the definition already. It may be defined as a written document. Again, plan is in the written format, right? That describes clearly where the business is heading. That means what is the direction of business, what are its objectives, goals, and how we will achieve it. That means what will be our strategies to achieve it, what will be the steps to achieve that goals and objectives, right? And in that lecture, if you remember, we had studied about the content of business plan, that we are going to prepare a file kind of thing. So how many papers should be contented with what? So today we are going to focus on different parts of content of business plan, and we will see one by one that what is there inside those topics, inside those subtopics of the content of business plan. Alright. So first, if you see that here, executive summary, business concept. Today we are going to divide it into two parts, that is business summary and the product. Then market analysis of business strategy, management summary, marketing plan, operational plan, financial plan, and appendix, right? So today we are going to start with, let us start with executive summary. Executive summary means it is an executive plan. It is kind of an attractive conclusion provides whole insight for business plan. Like as I told you that it is a type of a conclusion. Conclusion we paste at the end of the report, but here in the business plan, conclusion is pasted at the start of the report, right? Why we are pasting this in the start of the report? Because generally, whosoever are the venture capitalists from whom we are getting the funds, investors, whosoever are our investors, we are just showing them this business plan, and they are obviously busy, right? So they do not have time to read all the business plan. Many people submit it, so they do not have time to read all the business plan. They just go through this 3 to 4 page, maximum 2 to 3 pages in starting, and they finalize whether they are going to invest in this particular plan or not. So it is advisable that this executive summary should be very attractive, and it should give wholesome. That means wholesome, that means whole snapshot. This should give snapshot of whole planning of business. Whole planning of business, it should give a kind of a snapshot, right? Now, what are the things going to cover in this executive summary? That is description of environment. Second, profile of company. Anticipated risk, reward, and uniqueness in business plan, and whatever is the opportunity. Uniqueness in the business plan or the opportunity. So this is what we have as executive summary. So right? And make the plan viable. Viable means feasible. So make the plan which looks feasible, on which people can trust easily that okay, this is achievable. So write down the achievable plan, right? Show and represent the achievable plan, feasible plan. Moreover, one's whole length of the plan should not exceed than 25 to 30 pages, right? So these 4 points you should remember throughout the business plan whenever you are making, right? So we will remember this throughout the content of the business plan also. First one is executive summary. So I will repeat it. It is the attractive conclusion which is pasted in the front, right? Which is fixed or placed in front of plan. Which is placed in front of plan. Conclusion is generally pasted at the end, but here we will paste in the front. So this is a snapshot of whole planning. So this is a summary of whole planning, whatever you are going to present. So what are the things over here you are going to cover? That is description of environment, profile of company, anticipated risk means challenges. What are the challenges business is going to face, right? Reward, what is the profit is anticipated. Moreover, uniqueness. What is the unique thing in your business plan? So all of these things should be there within the 2 to 3 pages, right? Next we are coming. See, next we are coming on a business concept. It's again divided into 2 parts, that is business summary and second is the product. Okay, so this business concept consists of 4 pages. So you can describe it as 1 page and 3 page. You can describe it as like this. So what is the business summary is the history or the background of business. What are the scope of future growth? So in this business summary we just write down what are the history and the background of the business and what is the scope for future growth. 2 things we have to cover in this. And the product we have to write down its unique selling proposition. That means what will be the strategies to sell the product. Strategies to sell the product and what will be the stage of product development. What will be the stage of product development and what will be the patents, trademarks, legal formalities about the product. So here business concept is divided into 2 parts, that is business summary and the product, right? Business summary and the product. Business summary we divide 2 things, history and the future. That means past and the future. And the product we define unique selling proposition, what will be the strategy to sell, how you will sell your product, how will you promote your product, how you will attract the customer towards your product. Next is the stage of product development. When and after how much time you will bring the development in your product. What will be the scope of improvement in your product. Like whenever you supply a product to the customer, people demand always something new, right? So for newness, what will you bring changes time by time after some time in your product, right? Patents, trademark and legal formalities. So if any trademark or patents are required, if any new invention is there, if any new innovation is there, so in that innovation, do you require any legal formalities to fulfill or do you require any trademark? If it is there, then what will be the procedure? So this whole thing you will be described in this business concept. Is that clear? Next is business strategy. Business strategy is also known as market analysis. We are taking from here market analysis or business strategy. So market analysis is mainly about SWOT analysis. You know about SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. You have to analyze all these things. You have to scan the environment. What will be your distribution system? What will be your promotional tool? In yesterday's video we have covered the promotional tool and I have explained in that also. So you will relate to that only. Those promotional tools we are talking about. Promotional tools. So which promotional tool is suitable to your business? That is advertising, public image, or we can say personal selling. So all these things will be covered under here. So business strategy, market analysis, SWOT analysis, scan the environment, distribution system, communication tool, yeah, promotional tool. So all these things we decide in the market analysis. One more thing we decide here, ki what is our target market, target customer, right? So these things will be described here. Next is management summary. Here we are talking about our management, right? Who is our top level team? What are their abilities? Their experience? Any merit, any other merit? So you will be covering here, and moreover how they will divide the organizational structure. Organizational structure is that top level, middle level and lower level, how many departments will be there, how many people will be there in a particular department, how they will report to their boss, and how they will pass on the instruction. So everything is described under the organizational structure. So here we are doing who is our top level team, what are their merits, what is their experience, what are their achievements in previous ventures. In previous ventures, what are their achievements? So we will write down all these points in the management summary, and this management summary is of 4 pages. So in those 4 pages, you can describe this. You do not have to go through the pages. It's one more or one less than the pages, but roughly idea it is given that you have to follow this structure, right? Next. Next is marketing plan. Marketing plan, as we have discussed in the video number 6 lecture, that marketing plan always rotate about the 4 P's. So again in here, price, product, place, promotion. We discuss about this in the marketing plan. Moreover, we decide here our branding, strategies, right? What will be our operational cycle? What will be our operational or production steps? All these things we are going to cover in this operational plan. What are these? Production, it is also known as production plan. We are covering what are the methods of converting raw material into finished good. Raw material and finished good we have discussed about it. So how to convert raw material into finished good? What are its steps to cover and what will be its cycle? Cycle are of two types, that is boom and recession. So that means in season, when there is a peak season of a product, then how much inventory you have to maintain, how much raw material you need to bring. So all about the product you will be discussing, you will be maintaining here. So when there will be boom season, when how many boom season will be there in the year, right? So in boom season, how much you will be expecting to produce, and in recession period, how much you are expecting to produce. So all of these things you will be explaining in the operational plan. Okay. Next we are coming. I hope you have written this, right? Next. Next is financial plan. In financial plan, as we have discussed about the financial plan, so in financial plan what are we going to discuss about? That assessment of cost of product, working capital, fixed capital, right? What will be the cost on these capital? How much you have to pay while procuring these capitals? What will be the sources of capital? Right? And what will be the budgets of different activities? Budgets of various functions or activities. So here again we are discussing what will be the cost of all the product, working capital, fixed capital, what will be the cost, what are the sources of capital, and what will be the budget, right? So these things we will be discussing in the financial plan. Next we are coming in the appendix. Appendix, I told you that it is extra information you want to extra information, whatever it is pasted to evident your plan. To evident the plan. Evident the plan matlab to prove the authenticity. To prove the authenticity. Authenticity means originality. So how much there is genuinity in your plan, you have to prove. You have done and any surveys if conducted, right, to find out the target market, to find out the demand of the product. Any surveys if you have conducted, then you can paste it here. Any technological information, any government regulations. So all this you can paste in the appendix. So this is the 10 pages provided for here, one more or one less, doesn't matter, but roughly 10 pages you have to cover under this extra information. So likewise we have covered here our creating the plan, how we should create our plan. All the points we have covered here, all the points here, whatever we have covered here. So I hope it is clear to you, right? Let's come to the another part. Yes, so next part is factors for before factors considered before starting a business. Factors considered before starting a business. So what are the factors which we should consider before the start of the business? Before we commence our business, what are the factors? So I have made a small mnemonic for it because there are many factors and it is difficult to remember. So I have created a mnemonics. That mnemonics, again I am telling you, it is not concerned with your syllabus. It is just to remember the points. Okay. So we can say here SSC का एग्जाम होता है, SSC and CPT का भी एग्जाम होता है इसमें में. तो SSC और CPT का एग्जाम में PL preparatory, तो SSC और CPT के एग्जाम में PL फिर भी हम फेल हो गए. Okay, so by this you can remember all the headings of this point. So S stands for selecting the business line. Next, S, size of business. C stands for choice of form of business. Next, C, competent workforce. P, plant layout. T, tax planning. E, enterprise setting. Next P, physical necessity. L, location of business. F, financial requirement. So I hope it is easy to remember, right? SSC और CPT के एग्जाम में PLC फिर भी फेल हो गए. Selecting the business line, size of business, choice of the form of business, competent workforce, plant layout, tax planning, enterprise setting, physical necessity, location of business and financial requirements. So all these points we have to consider before starting a business. Business cannot start today we have taken dream and tomorrow we will start. We have to go through a lot of planning before it starts, right? The first point, now we will going to explain all the points. They are very easy and you will be easily understand what are these. So let's take one by one. Selecting the business line. Selecting the business line. See, basically there are two types of line. Whether go for manufacturing or service, that is trading. Manufacturing or trading. So two parts it is divided in. So two parts, in these two parts a businessman has to decide whether he is good in the manufacturing part or whether he is good in the commercial activity. He want to involve himself in the commercial activities, right? So these two parts he will be involved into. So he has to first choose manufacturing or service. Second, the size of business. So this is very simple and you know about this. Size of business, small size, medium size or large scale business. So any business you can choose out of it. If you have more funds, more resources, then you can easily go for large scale business. If you have less funds and less resources, then go for small and medium according to your capacity, right? Is that clear? Okay, next. Third one, choice of form of business. Make it ownership. Choice of form of ownership. joint stock company. So all these cooperative society, HUF, there are many ownership styles. So first a businessman has to choose that with which ownership style he is comfortable with, right? If he want a big large scale business, and in that large scale business he does not have any problem in sharing the control, then he can go for joint stock company. And if he does not want to share any control with anybody, he does not want any interference of anyone, then he can go for sole proprietorship, right? So there is a type of ownership he can choose, right? Next is competent workforce. So for any successful business, employees are very necessary, right? Without employees, you cannot complete any task of your business. So workforce is employees here. Competent means skilled, talented, trained. So this workforce we want. We don't want dumb workforce. We don't want dumb employees who do not do anything. We want employees who are skilled, who are talented, who are trained enough to complete our task. So we have to plan about them. Will they be available? And if they are available, then where they are available. So if they are available, where they will be available, and what are the plans to train them, to motivate them. So all these plans we have to make before starting our business. If we have not planned with this, then sorry to say, whatever you plan, but your business will not be successful without good employees. So for them, whole planning should be done before starting business. Alright, next. Okay, next we are coming on plant layout. Plant layout is kind of a plan. Have you seen architects? How do they plan about a home? If they are planning for a home, then how do they divide the whole, that there will be a bedroom, there will be the dining room, there will be kitchen? How do they plan everything? They draw on a sheet of a paper and they tell that this is this, this is this. Then you can get a rough idea, okay, this is the layout of my house. Like this same wise, there is a plant layout. Many times this is done by the expert. Who conduct this? Done by experts. Okay, this is done by experts, and they draw whole fixation of machineries and equipments. So here experts design like architectures does about the house. So the expert design about the fixation, where this machinery will be placed, where this equipment will be placed. So they design the layout in a paper, right? So a businessman can get a free idea where this plant layout, how it will look like, right? Next we are coming on tax planning. So tax planning should also be considered. It should not like that your profit is lower and your tax are higher and you are not getting anything. So you should plan whole tax planning beforehand. So a businessman, yeah, we can say right now the entrepreneur, should be planned about his tax liabilities, and he should have knowledge to handle taxes. See, entrepreneur should have planned about these taxes. He should have whole planning how he will conduct the tax planning, and he should be having knowledge how to fulfill all these liabilities. He should not be lacking behind in this tax liabilities, tax planning. So you should have done it beforehand. Okay, next. Next, enterprise setting. Enterprise setting is the last option, so we will be coming here in the last. So let's complete this first. Physical necessity. What are the physical necessities? Whatever the things, whatever the assets we require physically before starting the business, we should plan about them. What are the things? The assets, the raw material, machinery, equipments. So we should be planned about, an entrepreneur should be planned about all the physical necessity, and one should not be messed. One should not be in the mess or in confusion after the start of the business. So they should plan everything about all these physical necessities beforehand. And of course, here they have to find out how they will arrange them. Whether they are available, all the physical necessities, are they available or not, and how they will arrange it, how they will bring it in their business. So all these things are decided beforehand. See the next one, location of business. So my question is here from you, that where do you construct your house? Where do you construct your house? There will be different factors of constructing the house. Wherever there is a good locality, wherever there are schools nearby your house, hospital nearby your house, parks nearby your house, good sewage system should be there. So you will construct your house where all the facilities will be available. Yes or no? Same way it happens with the business also. We will construct our building, or we will hire our building, your location, wherever all the facilities available for our business. What are the facilities for the business? Transportation, communication, banking, sewage. All of these extra facilities should be available to your location. If they are available, then it's good. If not, then you have to find out appropriate place. Okay, next. I hope you have written this. Next is financial requirement. So how much finance will be required? How much finance will be required? What will be the sources? Evaluate all the sources and selection of best source suitable to a firm. Here, so we decide all the financial requirements here. What are the financial requirements? How much finance will be required? What will be the sources of it? Evaluate all the sources means compare all the sources and select which is the best suitable source to your firm, to particular business firm. So likewise we do all the financial requirement before the start of our business. And the last one here, enterprise setting. And when you compare all the factors after analyzing all the factors, we set up enterprise. We set up enterprise. After analyzing all the factors, we finally set up our enterprise. Going through all the factors, it should be appropriately suitable. So likewise, we have completed the factors considered before the start of the business, and this is the conclusion of our whole chapter. chapter. Okay, if any queries, we will be discussing it later. And do not forget to complete your assignments, right? Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.